Fire away. Yeah, I've said it many times. It's probably understated how good a year he had. Um, People forget he was new as well, with 11 new guys and learning a new system, understanding the nuances of what we were doing in a different offense than what he had played at Arizona. Um, tremendous impact on Kasparov in a very positive way. And he's a natural leader. He has all those traits and characteristics. He's got a magnetic personality. Uh, I probably didn't do a good enough job last year helping him in some things offensively. Uh, but I think just everything being new, he got off to a little slow start shooting it. We saw what it was like the last month, and we got that Kylin Boswell. And, he jumped right in afterwards, said, I'm in, I'm coming back. The connection with he and Adam Fletcher. Um, he lost a bunch of weight in the transfer. He's maybe pound for pound the best athlete I've coached. And we've just seen that carryover, the confidence that comes with that. Uh, Quite remarkable. And we've seen nothing but really a dominant Kylin Boswell in practice here, the first few weeks practice. Yeah, we say it all the time, like what makes you break? And the older you get, it's harder to do that. It's harder to break. You've seen experience. It's not a bad call. It's not somebody scoring on you. It's not in particular one thing. You just kind of learn to be, have a little variance in your life and not overreact. And his maturity that way is pretty cool to see. And he can talk guys through that now and understand. And I think that's where he helped a young team last year in so many ways. And he understands the moment, whatever that is, in any way that comes about. He understands it, and we're fortunate that he gets to lead that group.
Brad, your international players have been a huge part of your recruiting process and your success. Why is that? Because they're older potentially, or
No, I think there's a variety of reasons. One, it fits our university. We have a very diverse university in the University of Illinois. Uh, we've always looked at it as a way that it fit me. It fit what I like, the big three as I call them: dribble, pass, shoot guys. I love the fact that they have tremendous passion for the game. They've been extremely well coached in their young days. They're fundamentally very sound. Now NIL has opened it up so we can actually get the really good ones. We've had guys before, but maybe not the top quality ones. And now with NIL, I think now our style of play, our development with Fletch in the weight room, all help play into that. But and then I think the other trend is quite simply the NBA. The best players in the NBA are European players now, and so we're following a trend. It's exciting for them to come here and play, and the more success these players have for us, I think the better chance we have of retaining.
what's the biggest challenge impact on KJ last year as well? Maybe seeing him keep Brand
Same thing. And he talks him through situations. He understands the position. Um, most of it is in relation to me, what I look for. But with Kasparov, it was different. It was just more about the difference in styles of play and how we did things, the communication things. With Keaton, it's more about the understanding of basketball, what we do. You can see a difference with him and his approach. So, uh, Bam, as we call him, is he's got a presence about him that and an understanding of it, almost everything in his surroundings. Whether it's the style of play we're playing, and that needs to be talked about. Whether it's a defensive thing needs to be talked about. He can help those guys so much, and for Kasparov, it was just don't get down, don't get frustrated. This happens, and we can move back to the next play. All those things were very impactful for Caspers, and they are key.
Sharing the same place with the field of 68. Why do you guys go so many internationals?
Why not? Really, why not? They fit us. They're good players. We had holes we needed to fill. The two portal spots, we wanted to get older. Okay, Zvonimir, obviously, 7'2", shot blocker. One of the tops in the SEC. Then I think uh, with Andre, it's a proven 18-point a game scorer. Does it different ways. And then the other guys from Europe, David Merkovich, 6'9", 260, adds some physicality, hard playing, very skilled. Mihailo, point guard, uh, fits in that pick and roll scheme that we ran, and so they were all very different. And those were options that they all compete, they all have great character. They just fit exactly what we were looking for. So I didn't care where they were from, but we were deep into Europe, and we had connections, and those were guys that we felt great about.
The individuality you had as a very young this is a much more experienced team, even though they're not all experienced. How does that change the way you coach?
A lot, a lot. You go back 2 years ago, our Elite Eight team, we were an old team. There's a huge advantage to being in a weight room 2 or 3 years. There's a huge advantage to having 30, 60, 90 games, whatever it is, under your belt, and know what comes with that. Know what comes with the rigors of a season. I like that. In Mahailo's case, he's a little older. He's played against great players. David, even though he's younger, has played against great players at a high level, and had success. And some of the experiences that they haven't seen are here in the States. Now we have a group that's experienced it, can handle that. We played Kentucky in the tournament. I think their point guard had more tournament game experience than our whole team. Um, that's not the case, and there's value in having some age and having some bumps along the way.
Do you see that experience benefits some of this offseason you missed?
Yeah, I think it's helps us establish our culture within our program. I think it's different when a coach says something than when a player says something. It can be much more impactful when it comes from a player. Hey, this is what's coming. This is what practice is going to be like. Hey, in this situation, working on a late game situation the other day, and Kylin just took it over. I that's I say it all the time. If I have to lead and coach, we're not going to be very good. And now we've got players that understand it all, and they're helping those young guys. And when it comes from your peers, it's pretty cool. Yeah, it's basically how his body reacts. Yeah, there's going to be some. Obviously, he's probably not having a very good day today. With the tonsils out, there's a process we know that it could be. It's just a matter of how his body handles the healing process. So I don't know. But yeah, he'll be out a little bit.
Do you anticipate having any update on Halo's eligibility before the exhibition or before the season opener?
I wish I had that answer. We got fortunate last year. I think that we got Tommy's day or two before. I would hope we have it. I'm very hopeful of that, but again, I don't have any way of controlling any of that time frame. I don't know if I can answer that yet because I haven't seen them all together. I love this team. I like our size. I like our versatility. I think that my questions arise. I haven't seen Andre Stojakovic with Mihailo and the two bigs together. There's a lot of things I haven't seen yet. I love what we have the ability to be, especially offensively. We're more talented offensively than we were a year ago. Defensively, we got to continue to grow. I think that's always the slowest and the hardest thing to develop. But I do like our size. I do like our ability to protect the rim. Um, but we're trying to win a national championship every time we start a season, and that's our standard. Um, no different this year.
Has it kind of been cool to you to see, the cultures kind of mixing? And I think
Absolutely.
the music is kind of,
Well, I walk in the gym every day, and the other day Andre was in shooting some free throws, and he's got something from Greece going, and the Greek islands, and the music is fascinating. Um, it's educational for both. It's really interesting to sit down with all of those guys, and Kylin went to Greece this summer with Andre when they went home, and to hear him eating a Mediterranean diet every day, and what he was exposed to, just the stories, to sit down and talk F1 with Tommy and soccer, and it's just different, and so it's tremendously educational. I enjoy it. The music is in my opinion, it's not all great, but it is what it is, and it makes them happy, and yeah, it's all good.
do you think the experience will make you a better coach?
Absolutely. Like I said, I loved last year's group, and I had fun, and coaching them, because they love to play. This group's the same way. They love to play, and the international guys love to play. They're not in it for any other reason to compete, to win, and to get better, and makes me better. Forces me to change. Forces me to think differently sometimes, and I'm all for that.
Brad, you have your son on staff, so Bruce Pearl, your team over his son, Kylin Sampson's got his son in
Yep.
training. Advantages, disadvantages to having your son on staff? Do you ever see a situation where you would lead him down that path?
I don't think there's a disadvantage at all. And you're talking about a guy who was an absentee father when he was young and never got to coach any of his kids in anything. I was never around. Uh, we remember the days when the whole month of July was on the road recruiting. Um, he works at it. He doesn't take it for granted. He's got his mother's brains, which is a blessing, and he's very smart. But the coach speaking in me is good at his job. The dad couldn't be prouder, and whatever path that is for him, as we'll help him as we would any of our assistants figure out what that next step is. But he's very young. He's had some opportunities this year involved in some things, and so that was good for him. Physical weight, stamina, strength, and then he's worked on putting the ball on the floor a little bit better. And Tommy was a guy when he got here it was hard to play him 22 to 24 minutes. He was physically just not strong enough. He wore out easily. That's the reason he's back. Now he's 256. He's strong. He can run longer when he doesn't have strep throat and can breathe. But yeah, those were the big things for him, and he's so gifted mentally with the game of basketball and the IQ and the feel. Uh, I expect him to have a big year. You definitely see their twins. That's a good thing and a bad thing, because there's a lot of trash talking. There is a tremendous amount of connectivity that just happens organically. You see that. You see why they think alike, kind of some of their mannerisms. They're very different players. They've never tried to mimic each other in terms of their strengths. They're both very good shooters, but and obviously Z's more twitchy, and Tommy's a little more powerful and physical. But yeah, I love their chemistry. I love their ability to interact. Now they're not afraid to go at each other either, which is what brothers should do. Oh, success allows us the opportunity to continue to do that, and only when we're developing them in the right ways. And we spend a ton of money in strength conditioning, nutrition, the recovery piece, style of play, educating them on the American game, so to speak. But yeah, and when you have two guys go in the first round, we didn't expect that a year ago sitting here. It happened, and they had success. So that'll, I hope, continue to be the case.
Brad, we talked to Shauna yesterday about her own international recruiting, and she mentioned that you were really influential in kind of how they've gone about that. Can you talk a little bit about what your influence has been, maybe what some of those conversations have been like?
Yeah, I think she's got a lot of the same coaching tendencies I do, and she likes the same things. And and again, I go back. It's a fit for our university. It's not where they come to the University of Illinois and don't fit in. Everybody fits in there, and the diversity. And then it's just building the connections, and they've been doing that. Her staff has worked tirelessly at doing that. Most of our help, I think, comes from more the internal piece, dealing with our people on campus, going through those processes, which at times can be challenging and difficult, and understanding that sometimes patience is there, but it fits her, and she feels great about that, and so it was just I think a really good fit for them as well. He's got a doctor's appointment tomorrow, so I'll have a better feel after that. He's shooting jump shots, and working on. He's in a pool, working on his conditioning, in the underwater treadmill and doing some of that. But yeah, he's spent a lot of time in film with us, so he doesn't get behind that way, and he's good there because he's pretty bright. But yeah, we'll know more here, I hope, tomorrow. A lot. Ty's huge. Everybody knows how Ty's a wonderful human being, and he's there on the sideline every single day. Almost every time somebody comes in and out of practice, he's over there talking to them. He knows it from every position. He knows it both sides of the ball, offensively and defensively. Terrific young man. Feel awful for him. Hope he's back sooner than later. But he's very, very impactful. He's going to be a great coach someday.
What does Cam Crawford do as a new coach? You mentioned when you come in a different voice. How's that been so far? What's he brought?
Cam is very smart. He's not afraid. He's challenges me with things defensively every single day. I'll get in the car on the way home, and I'm sure I'll have notes for tomorrow's practice that he likes or wants to work on. But he's also a great teacher. I think some of the things we've talked about, we need to force more turnovers. We need to do it in a way where we don't give up layups. We need to figure out a way to utilize length and how we do that. And if it's schematic things, yeah, let's look at it. And he's very knowledgeable. He's done things differently than me, which I like. And we're finding that a pretty good match. We're meeting in the middle on a lot of things, but his ideas are pretty creative, pretty good.
Brad, this is kind of a question about the game of basketball. The men's team is the only one that doesn't have quarters, just the two guys, and also the basketball. Is your mom opinion on that? Just like see that in the men's game.
Yeah, it's probably my biggest frustration is we all play by different rules in America. Some states have shot clocks, some don't at the high school level. The courts are different size. The 3-point lines are different. And then you add that men's basketball is truly, I think, the only group that uses half times, plays in halves. Everybody says we can't monetize it because of 16, 12, 8, and 4 timeouts. Just make everybody use a timeout in a quarter. I wish we would go to NBA 12-minute quarters. It's my personal preference. I wish we would all play by the same set of rules so we can teach the same way. But we're not there yet, but I wish we would get there. And that's just my take on that.
Coach, you have a big game coming up in February against Michigan in the offseason. Landed a guy you're familiar with, Morez Johnson. You helped develop him, and so I'm wondering when it comes to that time, what in his game are you planning on having a game plan for?
You think I'm going to tell you that? These guys have asked questions like that for Rez is talented, and very good athlete, very good rebounder. Probably starts with blocking him out, and not letting him outrun you. Terrific competitor, tons of respect for Morez, and good player. He'll be a handful.
Have you seen out of Blake in practice?
Good. I mean, Blake's tough, very smart. Right there with Kylin, athletically. I mean, he's probably got more dunks in practice at 5'10" than anybody on our team. We throw lobs to him all the time. He's a pest defensively. Way advanced, way more advanced than I thought in terms of his understanding. And obviously, he's a winner. He figures out how to win. There's a reason they won the state championship. I can't hear you. A bigger one. I mean that also. He's a more confident player. He's a more versatile player. He's improved his game a great deal. I think he's a guy we can play booty ball with. I think we have multiple guys who can do that with Merck, with Dre when we get him. He can swing, I think, to any of the front court spots. We got really good last year when he was a small ball 5. But I also think you can take advantage of him now. He's much more comfortable in booty ball. So you can take advantage of smaller lineups if we play him at the 3. Yeah, I need to talk more about AJ all the time. And you're talking about a guy who's been here 4 years. He also had some knee surgery this summer. He hurt his knee, but he also, he'll probably make more money in his time, in his life than all of us put together. Really smart, cares, understands winning, understands people. He's great at networking. He's the guy on the team everybody likes, everybody hangs out with, and in his own right, a very, very good player, but invaluable. He is bought into Illinois basketball, our culture, everything that it stands for. And I think that his getting a degree, his opportunity to be a part of something. He's seen a lot of winning with us right now. I hope that continues, but he's special. Yeah. Be hard pressed to find a better shooter in the Big Ten than him. He is. You start looking at Jake's Noah numbers compared to NBA guys. I think he's in the 99th percentile. Jake is an elite shooter, and I can see him having a tremendous role as we create space. Look for that. He's much better. He's leaner, so he's better putting the ball in the deck than he was a year ago. He's more competitive defensively than he was a year ago. But he does everything that I ask, and he's going to play a lot. I mean, his ability to shoot the basketball is a gift, and I think he's one of the premier shooters in our league.
get out there and play somebody else?
Today, no. 10 days from now, maybe. I don't know what it'll look like. I don't know who we'll have and don't have. Illinois State's very good, but you guys know we did this with Ole Miss last year. I mean, my approach to exhibitions and scrimmages are a lot different than a regular season game. It's playing guys, it's finding chemistry, it's trying to mesh that way. We'll show up with who we have and compete and play hard, and that's what we're looking for. And try not to make foundational mistakes. But I'll play everybody in those opportunities, and yeah, we'll see. We're getting better every day. We just need the healthy piece to kick in.
Even if you don't have an eligibility, even if you don't have an eligibility answer at a high level, he still play that
No,
exhibition?
cannot. And
Did Tommy play last year?
no, Tommy did, but he was cleared. Tommy was cleared.